The Alkali Raft experiment was a hugely misguided endeavor put on by a really incompetent scientist. But it's also kind of a nice story. Santiago Terrazaga was an anthropologist who was obsessed with studying violent behavior in humans. In the 70s, he was inspired by an experiment that had been done on monkeys. The experiment revealed that most violence in that species was driven by a need to have sex with females. Santiago wanted to test that hypothesis in humans. Santiago said that if he could find the reason for violence in the human species, then he could uncover the secret to world peace. That was his whole thinking. Now, I'll pause here to say something about Santiago. Throughout this video, almost any time he makes a decision or has an idea, you'll probably think, wow, what a weird and dumb idiot. And in thinking that, you would be correct. Santiago was a terrible scientist, and you will see that all throughout this so-called experiment. But anyways, in the 1970s, he devised the Alkali Raft expedition. In Santiago's experiment, 10 people would be put on a raft that would drift across the Atlantic Ocean from Spain to Mexico over the course of 101 days. At almost 40 feet long, the raft was pretty big. Space wouldn't be a huge issue, and the people's food would all be provided and rationed beforehand. Still, it was super dangerous, but that was kind of the point. Santiago believed in dangerous situations, people would revert to their baseline instincts. Santiago found 6 women and 4 men from different backgrounds and countries. He chose a diverse group of people to A, create tension, and B, create a microcosm of the world on his raft. Now, with that said, Santiago didn't just pick people at random. He wanted them to have sex with each other. So they were all in their early 20s to mid 30s, and they're all pretty attractive. Santiago also included a very hunkish priest in the group because he wanted to see what would happen. In the 70s, women were starting to have a stronger role in society. So Santiago picked women for the more impactful jobs on the raft. The captain was a woman, the diver who would perform any maintenance on the raft was also a woman, the radio operator was a woman. This was one of the only admirable aspects of Santiago's experiment, but as you'll later find out, Santiago's commitment to this idea was tenuous at best.